Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I've heard a lot of horror stories when it comes to the world of precious metals, and I want to be able to help you guys figure out and how to prepare against the worst case scenarios, which is panic selling, impulse buying, or really just having a lack of knowledge or being educated on where to purchase from in terms of fake silver, and also how not to sell yourself short. So before we jump into this video, make sure to smash that like button because I do post daily videos. But anyways, let's jump into the first category, which is panic selling. Now, this happens time and time again, especially for newer stackers, and this is just people that are emotionally attached to the markets and are scared that the price will bottom out and never recover, and they end up selling their silver at the lowest price possible. You're selling yourself short. So you want to make sure that when you are selling, you have a safety net, which means you have a limit or a number that you will not sell under. Like if you're going to the coin shop to sell some silver, say you're not going to sell under $17.60 an ounce, and do not go under that at all, no matter what the case is. And this will help you at least get a target price range. And if that's not the time to sell, if he won't give you that price, then don't take it. Don't sell yourself short. I would hate for people to go into and spend so much time, energy, and money into this market, into this investment, and have to not even break even, because the goal is financial security, financial freedom. And if you're not taking the precautions or preparing against this, it's really easy to fall into this category and to fall into it, especially if you are saving for, or if you are stacking in an emergency situation comes, which goes to my next point, which you definitely, before you start investing into precious metals, you want to have some type of financial or fiat currency stacked. And this is your backup plan, because if not, then you're going to have to sell your silver for a loss, most likely, because it has to be very fast and liquid. And if you don't have fiat currency saved up in your bank account, what happens if a medical bill pops up? What happens if an emergency situation comes up? If you don't have any money saved up in your bank account, which is fiat currency is the most liquid, usable thing to survive on, then you're more than likely going to have to dip into your silver at some point. So you don't want to just have all of your investment, all of your wealth into precious metals. You still need to have other areas to be able to pay your bills, to be able to buy food, etc. This would seem pretty obvious for most people, but a lot of people, they do spend the majority of their paychecks on precious metals, especially in the beginning. I've been there once in my life as well. I know how addicting it can be, and you definitely do need to step back. And I know it can be fun. I know how fun it is and how you want to stack every coin, but the silver's not going anywhere. But the situations that arise, whether it's an emergency situation or not, that is definitely more important, because if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not eating, if you're not paying your bills, then you can't be buying silver anyways. So that's something I always want to throw out there. Also, take a step back. Learn how to budget your money. Don't spend 75% of your paycheck on precious metals. Maybe spend 15 to 20% at most, and this is if you already have fiat currency stacked up. You need to still be taking, you still need to be responsible of your life, and you still need to be, doing what you need to do to get by. I know that precious metals are the safest investment. I know that there's so much potential, but you still need to be taking, responsibility of your life. So anyways, I want to go into a point off of that, actually, which is liquidity, because having a liquid stack is highly important, especially when it does come time to sell. And I talk a lot about selling on this channel because I really want people to start being prepared for it. A lot of channels don't talk about selling, and it's really easy to just buy silver, go to your local coin shop, buy some, go to AppMex, click a button, buy it. But when it comes to selling, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different category. And a lot of people really aren't thinking about how they're going to sell. I always think about, before I buy any silver, how I'm going to be able to sell that silver. So before I even get the silver in my hands, I already have a game plan on how I'm going to be able to sell it, because that's the main point. We're stacking silver to one day sell it. And if you're not thinking about how you're going to sell it, then you could easily be setting yourself up for failure. So you want to have a very strong game plan intact, and this means as far as which silver you're going to be selling first, what's your target price range you're going to be selling, where are you going to be selling to. This means building relationships at your local coin shops, maybe starting an eBay page to build some reputation on there so you'll be able to sell your silver faster, networking, figuring out all this, even going as far as storage. How you're storing your silver would highly influence how easily you're going to be able to sell it, whether your coins are in perfect condition, do you have a diverse supply, a nice, a lot of different categories to choose from, because people do like diversity. But anyways, alongside with that as well, storing your silver in, whether it's the capsules, the capsule tubes, the silica gel packs, dehumidifiers, the tarnish strips, keeping it in a safe, are you protecting your silver in that case as well, because moisture can definitely destroy the coin's value and have to sell yourself short. So I want to go into something else that I previously mentioned briefly, which was impulse buying, because this is something that most beginners do, and I get it. I get it. You see these huge 100,000 ounce unboxings on YouTube, and you feel like you're missing out because you don't have that much silver yet, and you're hearing everywhere that silver's about to explode. Well, I just want to bring a reality check and say that silver's not going to explode overnight. You have several years to prepare, and even if you only have 1 ounce of silver right now, you still have 99% more silver than most people in the world. So even if you only have 1 ounce right now, that's still better than most people. So remember that, and try not to compare your stack to others, especially the people that might be much further ahead than you are, have been stacking way longer, because at one point they only had 1 ounce as well. So don't try to compare yourself to others. Try to just stack to your own abilities and remember where you're at. Because just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. And you don't want to be setting yourself up to have to sell your silver for short, break even, or even worse is where you lose all your money. This is something that it happens to a lot of people. They build a resentment towards precious metals and they never come back to it. So you want to take it slow, budget yourself, set limits, set boundaries, and try to stick to those. You learn from your mistakes is also something that I've definitely capitalized off of. If I make a mistake in one area, I'll never do it again, but I also try to learn from it, so then not only will I never make the mistake again, but next time I'll be able to profit or capitalize from that mistake as well. Now beware of fake silver. If you can buy the SMI coins, or even in 2021 American Eagles are going to have security mints, try to buy from trusted places that allow refunds, or if the coin isn't in perfect condition or to your satisfaction, you can refund the silver or get your money back, because a lot of times these pictures that they take of the coins aren't the actual pictures. It's just a standard picture that when they sell, and sometimes during shipping process or whatever the case is, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of coins getting sold at some of these dealers. So not every coin is going to be in perfect condition. Some of them might get milk spotting, some of them might get scratched during the shipping process if they're not handled, appropriately. And you don't want to be paying, for a perfect condition coin when it arrives it's not in perfect condition. So you have to make sure you're able to return these coins or at least get your money back. And if you're buying from places like eBay, you don't have that luxury, but APMEX, Provident Metals, places like that, you do. So make sure you're buying from places where you're allowing yourself to have a fair deal or a fair trade. And also, for as long as that, eBay is a very, very dangerous place to be buying, especially as a beginner, just because there's so much fake silver and gold on there. I'm glad to hear that these mints are actually taking a lot better, or a lot of safety precautions when it comes to fake silver and gold, because some of these coins are thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and those are the ones that are mostly faked, because that's where the biggest profit margin is. So if you are one of these people that like to buy some of these higher numismatic coins or higher premium coins, just be extremely careful. Don't buy from some eBay seller that has a couple ratings or only a couple sales. It's only been on for a couple months. This is definitely a red sign that, a red flag that there's something sketchy going on, or maybe you just don't want to risk it. It's definitely not worth the risk. And hopefully you guys have not fallen into this. I've seen some channels that actually have came across fake silver, and it's terrible. It's something that I hope everyone can avoid at all costs. I always post a link to Modern Coin Mart's eBay page in the link of my description, so you guys can find a nice, a fair place to buy silver that's trusted, but also has some great deals as well. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'm curious where you guys lie within this category. Have you fallen into any fake silver? I've came into one coin that was a little sketched out about. It was an MS70 2013 Panda, and it was milk spotted, but in the eBay listing pictures, it didn't show the milk spots. So that was only one time, and that was right when I was new. It was too good to be true of a deal, and usually most times, 9 times out of 10, it is too good to be true. So that's another indicator that's probably, something's wrong with it. But from that point on, I've never made the same mistake twice, and I learned from it, and I was actually able to sell it and still get some of my money back. So that's pretty good. But I am curious what you guys think about this. What safety precautions do you take? Have you ever had any horror stories, any silver stacking nightmares, and also what do you do to avoid this at all costs? But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for new, because I do post daily videos. I'll probably post 2 other videos a day, so stay tuned for those as well. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.